Right, a little review of everything I've made in the November kit so far. All right, we have got, oh, did I just do a really weird cutoff? YouTube just gave me a really weird message. Okay, if the intro made no sense, don't worry, it was just me telling my normal, just welcome at the beginning. Okay, right, so things we've made this month with the November supplies, which was largely the Simple Stories Cider and Donuts collection mixed with a bunch of other bits and pieces like the die cuts from my Reasons to Smile collection, some Fancy Pants papers, and a pack of Lawn Fawn backgrounds. That was kind of the vibe that we had going for November. So, one throwback layout to 2016 to get us started, and then everything else is current November 2024 photos. One with 2 4x6s to kind of do Christmas photos, but it's taken in November, so I still wanted them to look more autumn than Christmassy. Yeah, it looks like YouTube decided that to chop off the beginning, because I played the intro and then I did my whole opening ramble. So don't worry, you didn't miss any scrapbooking. It's okay. I don't know why YouTube did that. It says I have an excellent connection, bandwidth and everything's great, but it just came up with a thing to say, actually, you've only been live for 6 seconds when it had been, you've been live for 2 minutes. I don't know. Let's move on. Then we did 1 4x6 and 2 3x4s with a bunch of little pieces contained in a box. 1 4x6 with a bunch of little pieces in a horizontal line. 2 4x6 and bringing in lots of other supplies, but having a little bit of the collection so that it feels nice and cohesive in the album. And then kind of an in-between. So we added in the blue here to make it coordinate with the photos and the story, but bringing back more of the kit to get that autumn feel. And then 2 4x6 on a block with layers around. And that's where we've got up to. So we're going to add a Thanksgiving page to that. And for that, I have 2 3x4s of my Whole Foods buffet lunch and the story that I want to tell about that. I also have a little bit of a plan. So the usual thing that I do when I get to the end of the month's kit is obviously use up lots of bits and pieces and see what composition we can do with that. And often it's a paper stack, but today I don't want to do boxes. I want to do strips. So we're going to have the 2 3x4 photos as a block. There. And they're going to sit about here. So they're pretty central, but just a little bit off. And this is a tactic that I have used over the years to teach how do you do the kind of composition where everything isn't too boxy, where it feels a little more organic. And my answer is always to take things to the middle and then move them in any direction just a little bit so that they're in the middle, but then they're not. So we're going to take this block of photos and put it in the center of the page, but then we're going to move it to the right a little bit. Then we're going to take all the papers that we have remaining. Instead of doing blocks and layering it behind that, we're going to do this sort of thing. So we have strips of paper that move to fill this space at the side. And then we're going to put in some journaling room and a title. Now we can either put them together here, or if you needed more room for your journaling, you could put the title above and the journaling underneath. My title might need both spaces, so you could also have title here and there, and you could include more journaling above. okay? Then we're going to take lots of die cuts and things because that's what we've got in this kit. We've also got quite a few stickers too. And we're going to tuck them in along all these strips so that actually, instead of having just like 3 areas of embellishment or 1 diagonal line of embellishment, we're going to have all different embellishments kind of bouncing up and down throughout these little strips of paper. Then I'm going to do a little experiment today, and I'm going to put all of this together without sticking it to the background paper, because what I want to do is show you 2 different looks, depending on what kind of background you like. So I'm going to use a background from the kit today, but I'm also going to build it without sticking it to that so that at the end I can show it to you on white cardstock as well, for those of you who prefer that cleaner, brighter look, and we can look at the 2 options with everything else basically the same. All right, so that is my plan. These are my photos of my Whole Foods lunch. I know, it's beautiful. But you know, stories need to be told. That's what Thanksgiving dinner looks like now in my little world. Okay. Speech, and then we start. Yes. Hello, my name's Shimelle. I teach online scrapbooking classes, design scrapbooking products, and help you use them to tell your stories in a creative way. It's not just my hobby, it is my job, and that means anytime I scrapbook on the internet, it's considered advertising, and legally I need to make sure you're aware of that. So thank you for coming to watch my #advertising. Appreciate you being here, whether you're live, chatty, watch from Tomorrowland, quiet, craft, don't craft, thinking about coming back to craft. All of it. Now, my biggest classes of the year, the best things that I teach all year, the stuff that I'm actually the best at doing of all the things that I do. It starts Sunday. Journal Your Christmas and Share Your Christmas start this Sunday. And you can sign up now. All the #advertisings. I'm sorry, this is the biggest deal I do all year, so I'm going to tell you over and over again. Sign up now so that you don't have to catch up late. You can sign up later. I don't close the registration, but sign up now so you get the full experience, okay? Messages start on Sunday, so don't leave it until super late Saturday night, because we're in different time zones probably, and you won't get caught up until like Sunday evening, and then you'll be scurrying around. Sign up now. I've pinned the link to the top of the live chat, and it's in the description box. Big letters, Christmas classes, join Your Christmas, Share Your Christmas. Journal one is the writing and the scrapbooking one. Share is photos and videos. Okay? Fabulous! I think that's it. Let's go. All right. So we have in this kit all this goodness. Right. Ooh, and some green dots. Speaking of dots, the dots that had been evading me have been located. So we can go dot crazy today, and that's all right. Right. Those dots up there. So let's make a stack of what we could have as vertical strips. And then I also wanted to take the tags separately there. Okay, so this is also a vertical strip. That's a full page still. That's a vertical strip. And that's going to be for our embellishing phase. Tags. Cut aparts we can put with the die cuts. That's a strip. We can use that. Cut aparts. Embellishment. That's small, but I think we can still make it into a vertical strip. Here are other full pages. So we can put it on grayish, green, autumnal peach. We've got this one, and we've got this one. Okay, so those are my full page background options that we could certainly do a vertical strip from. Oh, We also have this as a background because I have 2 of these. So that, I'll pull the full sheet out for that because that might be really nice. We can definitely do strips from that, and this, and this, and this. We got lots. Yeah, because we could do a strip from the other side of that. Okay. All right, let's just get that Simple Stories background sheet, and then we are good to go. Got lots of things here to use as strips. Put the tags here. Right, so November in here. Oh, that didn't work. Come on. What's stopping you? Might do the same thing. We'll find out. Okay, so we have that full page there. Oh, and we're going to talk about collections for next year because Black Friday at scrapbook.com is 15% off. So let's think about January kit. So I've had a look at the Simple Stories kit that I had somehow completely missed. That is their year kit this time. And it is called For the Record. And what it doesn't have is this sort of element. Instead, you get two pages with all 3x4 cut aparts that have like the abbreviation for the month in a landscape format. So it would say like APR for April. And then you get a journaling card with the number. So yay for more journaling cards. I like that bit. I'm not completely enamored with that instead of this. But then there's also 2 other elements in that collection that we would use year round. So there's a 12x12 sticker sheet that has all of the months written out full. And I need to measure. I wonder if they will fit in a 4x6 pocket. I'll have a look. And there's a die cut pack that has like a layered look die cut for every month with a little calendar. So I am liking those elements. It's going to be a little bit of a transition for me because it's not quite as simple in my mind as to where everything is going to go as the Noteworthy collection was, but that doesn't mean it's not a great choice. Okay, so I'm going to try this as my background. Can I get this so we're actually in the shot there? That's it. And let's look at all the things that we could cut into vertical pieces, but I'm not going to put them onto that background, which does mean I can change my mind. If we get all of these colors put together and think, actually, no, it doesn't go with that, we can change it around. Move this so that you're not in shadow. A bit better. Okay. If the sun moves and we start losing a good picture here, I can change that up too. Okay, so those are the full sheets. We're going to go from over here where we have the vertical pieces. And let's go ahead and use a trimmer today. Christmas class, if you've ordered in the last couple days, you probably get added tonight. You won't be running late, don't worry. Thank you very much for signing up. But yeah, if you're new and you're worried that it wasn't like instant, it's not an automatic process. I add every single person in myself. So yeah, I had somebody message terrified because in 2 minutes she hadn't had anything through. And when she sent the message, when I went back, because she was really panicked, so I was thinking, what have I done? Is there something that's wrong? And I looked, she sent it at 2:38 a.m. my time, which was a completely normal time for her, but she was just assuming that it was automatic. And so it's been a little while since we've talked about that here. And so if you're new, you might not realize it's not automatic. It's all done by actual human me. So there we go. Okay, so let's actually get rid of the background for a minute and build this. So we can have a strip of that. We can have a strip of this. This. Oh, we could use both sides of something like this. We can have the darker one. And then squirrel monks. Are they chipmunks? Are they squirrels? We don't know. We've got this yellow that we can just leave as it is. And we've got this one. Of this one. So let's see. Oh, and what was both sides here? Oh, I could do this maybe by cutting a few that go this way. If I had been smart, I would have been paying attention to what measurement that was. Okay, there it is. Okay, so then I can... Hey, Joanna got her stamps in Melbourne. And notice that the addresses are all done by actual human me too. Yeah, I take great pleasure in that experience. Sometimes people say, oh, you could do like a monthly stamp subscription. I'm like, okay, if I did that, I'm not going to do that. If I did that, they would definitely not be addressed by hand anymore. But at Christmas, I enjoy it. And just having that chance to be like, oh, let's address everything by hand. Just nice. Hello, Sophia, who hasn't been able to make it lately. Welcome back. Welcome back. So, oh, Melinda, I was waiting for any opinions on it, really. So go over and have a look at the For the Record collection. And the funny thing is when you say that all together, the For the Record collection, it sounds like a collection of vinyl records. So see what you think. So I'm thinking if the stickers would work in a 6-inch pocket, a 4x6 pocket, then we could do that plus the packet of layered die cuts, and the paper pack, obviously. But the papers are just like, I think they'll be more usable actually, because there's not they're not quite so designed so that you need to have lots of pockets, or you have to just pick the B-sides, which with Noteworthy, sometimes I've been like, oh, if I don't like every pocket, but the B-side isn't something that makes sense for me, then that page is harder to use and I have more waste. So, yeah. Have a look. Do we like the vibe is what I'm asking. I think that's what I'm going to start with, and then I'll build from there rather than, oh, yeah. Yeah, I did the same thing with Noteworthy. Like, I had that every month. But we wouldn't need it in the kit in the shopping list every month, because you're just buying like one product that has all the month stuff at the beginning. So a 12 by 12 sticker sheet, a die cut pack, and 2 12 by 12 papers would be all the stuff that has the months of the year, as far as I can tell. Okay, so I'm inking all of these in brown, and we're going to put them all together to do this sort of composition. Joanna's going to scrap her envelope. Yay! I was excited this year. There was one thing that made it a little bit easier, but it made the envelopes maybe less exciting. I don't know. They did a £2.80 Christmas stamp this year. So in previous years, I've had to build up the price of the different, the postage to different countries with a variety of stamps. And then only the British addresses got just a normal Christmas stamp. But this year, they did a Christmas stamp in the right amount to send it to most countries outside the UK. So I could do it with just one stamp, and you'd get a Christmas stamp. So I don't know if that's disappointing when people have got used to the random mix of all the different decorative stamps that I could find and put together. Or if you thought, oh, it's pretty, you get this Westminster Christmas scene. That's this year's Christmas stamp scene was, I'm not sure who chose it. I'm sure there's a whole process. Oh, I've inked all of these all the way around when I'm going to cut them to different lengths. That's all right. We can just re-ink the short ends when we need to. Yeah, it's like a little Christmas tree scene in various spots of Westminster. Oh, Sevilla says, I know you haven't made a decision about classes next year yet, but are you still thinking to scrap in the same way? So this is how I've been scrapping for several years now. So it's just that this year I've been way more detailed and disciplined with not leaving gaps. So yes, I won't change the way that I scrapbook in terms of these are my supplies and I use those to start, and then I fill in the gaps and make smaller pages for smaller stories and things like that. That will stay the same. What I'm wondering about classes is, do I find a way to, instead of it just being the class is that you see what else I do, because I now have a whole year of that, well, by January I will have a whole year of that documented for you, that I then say for, for February's class, for example, I focus on this technique or this journaling style or this theme. And the pages that I make in that might be largely the remaining 12 by 12s. The other thing I could do is just kind of, I don't know, take that to another format, leave it exactly the same. But yeah, I'll decide soon, but not yet. Not this week. But yeah, if you have thoughts on what you really would like to see, by all means, let me know. I don't have to decide straight away because obviously I run a month behind. So this year's story will actually go right through January, and new classes, new whatever, would start February. Okay. Melinda likes the different aesthetic. Oh, you found a collection from Echo Park that has monthly cards, and it's very floral. Let's see what we've got. Called Year in Review. Okay. Okay. Oh. Do we do a little bit of each? Oh. They do have, why have they gone so small? So they're 4x6 cards with the month, but the months are really little. Like the type is small. Okay, I'll have a little look. Now these are more like the amount of cut apart. You get a whole cut apart of seasonal stuff on one sheet. Yeah. And they're not, Bella Boulevard's version is cute, but very seasonal. So like July's would make no sense for me here. October is very Halloween, so and stuff like that. So the Echo Park one is not quite so specific, but the color scheme is quite limited. So if you don't like pink, I think you're in trouble. You gotta like pink and sage green. There's some yellow, there's some turquoise, there's some red. There's like no royal blues. You know that's gonna be a problem for me, right? Apparently my kid only does shows that have royal blue. So we'll see. Okay. So yeah, I think I'd be more inclined to the simple stories for the record. And I'm okay with doing, you know, like a slightly different setup. I don't need to keep the same setup that I've had on my 6x12s all the way through 2025 because I can make a new setup for the 6x12s at the start of each month. And maybe it's not even 6x12. So yeah, we got potential there. Okay. Oh, Kirsty has moved her furniture and got her Christmas tree into place. Amazing. Right. So here we go. We need to put a mat behind this. I'm not forgetting that. Okay. Let's see about what kind of order this maybe goes in. I kind of want to build from here. So that could go along there. Then this one, oh, look, starting straight away, I've put a box onto a straight line pattern in a crooked way. There we go. So I want these to kind of, I'm just going to look at the tops at the moment, and I want them to kind of go up and down as we go. That looks like not enough contrast, so let's pick something that will give contrast. So I put the green in here. Then I know I have these two coming up that are very similar, so we'll put the reddy orange, orangey red, warm red, let's call it, in here. And that one can come back down. Then we can go to the dark brown. And then the peachy one. Back to this side. Oh, that needs to not be on that side because I'm piecing this together. So this needs to go underneath the photo. I think I'm going to bring this back to the other side. The brown against this. That. Let's try the peach over here instead. Okay. Remember, I'm totally ignoring the bottoms of this at the moment. And then could bring acorns over here. the right way up. Sorry. Amanda says, if the Simple Stories months wouldn't fit in the 4x6 pocket, could you or would you run the title vertically? It's an option to just have a 6x12 page without pockets. Although as much as I love those, nobody's making those page protectors. I have one pack left that I haven't opened. Yep. And a pack, I believe, is 10, not 12, so it wouldn't even do the year just for me. Okay, and then my ordering, no, okay. So we're looking like this. All right, keeping in mind that there's going to be embellishment along here too. Only thing I'm thinking is I've actually made some of them a bit wider than I want to, so I'm going to tighten up on this side by just doing this, bringing squirrel monks closer to the yellow. And then the peach closer to that. All right, let's mat this. What color could we do? Well, we've got enough of this, and it's over there. It's also crooked. So that has great potential to be one mat. Oh, come on, come on. Okay. Then other colors that we might want behind there. Could do the green. Oh, and where's my thankful paper? Not enough glue. Oh, did you ever get a fuse tool? Yeah, I used it for a little while and it's in a storage box somewhere. Okay, so this paper is going to be too busy to be the background to these. So I could cut a strip of it. Just check, would it be my choice for the B side? No. So yeah, let's cut a strip of this here, and then maybe, I don't know if that's going to be a mat or not. Oh, I did all the rest of these with the trimmer. I might regret just doing that with scissors. Okay, I want that to have a full word at the top. I'm gonna cut it there. But yes, you can certainly use the fuse tool to make your own pockets and own size page protectors. You totally can. It's just not something that I carried on doing. Oh, it needs to go that side. But it can cover the peach almost entirely, like that. Then, no. Okay. Do I just want one border on that? I think that could work actually. Yes, I could, and I would suggest if you do want to use the fuse tool and set up for a year, just batch it. So sit down and go, or stand up and say, I want this for every month next year or past year. So prep 12 page protectors that match, one for each month. Or if you want to do weekly, do a massive stack that way. Yeah. Okay. Oh, Rita forgot to take any pictures of the food yesterday. Well, this is kind of comedy food photos, but there we go. Okay, the block of red is way too big. That's better, but it needs something else behind it still. Which color? Green. But not this green. What about... no, because then no, I don't like them side by side. Okay, not green. It's going to end up by the yellow, so I'm not sure about yellow. Oh, like this cranberry red color. That's what it needs. So not the red orange, but like something more along those lines. Okay, do I have any of that in this kit? No. Okay. Interesting that it's a color in the design, but there's not a B-side in that color. This is the closest, and that's definitely brown. It's not that red. So let's have a look. Let's see if I can find something more along the lines of the darker red. Sorry, I may have just made the microphone pick up loads of outdoor noise. What about, is this dark enough? Could Jenny Boland save the day? It's pretty close. Let's see. Let's see. Yes, Midwestern Mom is in London for Thanksgiving. I haven't looked further to see why. But yeah, doing your shopping for Thanksgiving dinner in a British supermarket is hilarious. And the number of people at Whole Foods yesterday who were just like, just came in and bought a whole pie, and walked out again, but no whipped cream. And I'm like, is that because you already have whipped cream? Or do you not know how we do this? Okay. That works. Now, we need to sort out the ends here. So we're going to bounce them up and down. So we're going to take this one to a nice, obvious spot like that. Now, most of these, the ones that are really long, are the full 12-inch width, and they're offset. So this is actually wider than a page right now. So I do need to make sure I take them in. Goodness, they're really loud out there today. Okay. Maybe this goes too low, because this is the amount of scatter we have at the top. That's a big jump. That's a bit better. Minnesota salads that aren't salads. So Midwestern salads involve things that you can put together in a bowl and mix together with some sort of dressing. But the thing is, the dressing might involve whipped cream. The dressing might involve, yeah, Cool Whip, which is like American fake whipped cream. It might involve mayonnaise. And so you can put Snickers in a salad in Minnesota and still call it a salad. It's a thing. Okay. So we have this. I'm actually going to bring this yellow up a bit. We're going to go like that. This yellow, let's bring you up. The Jell-O being squishy weirded me out when I first moved here too, I'm gonna be honest. So here you go. Australia, you can weigh in with which version you have. In America, Jello in America, gelatin, flavored gelatin, right? It's a powder in a pack, and you add hot water then cold water. There are some versions where you add hot water, cold water, and sugar, then hot water, then cold water. But a lot of them just already have the sugar in the pack. Or in the UK, you go to buy the same product that you're going to mix the same way, hot water, cold water. It's already a gel. It's already gelatinous. It's just super concentrated. And then you dissolve it and reset it. So there you go. What part we got in the Southern Hemisphere. Because one side of the Atlantic has different than the other here. All right. This is where we're going. Remembering that our title is going to come up here. Maybe the photo needs to go to the right a little bit to put the title there. And then we'll have more room for embellishment if we do that. But I liked the red against the yellow. Yeah, I'm going to just pop it so close to the yellow. There we go. Okay. Australia has powder. Okay. Let's figure out from the die cuts what we're going to add and the stickers. Because here's where it's going to get fun. The Adhesive Adventure wants it to be clear that we do actually have both in this country. But I don't know that any brand has the gel version in America. Oh my goodness. Kirsty, your taste buds, you can stand it at like full concentrate and just eat it? Oh. Apparently you're not alone. Another member of the household thinks that's a good idea. Okay. So we've got the tags. So start with your biggest things that you want to tuck in first, yeah? So I've got the big honkin' die cuts from that page kit. I could almost make this relevant. There was no cider and no donuts, but I feel like I could make this work. Maybe I just do the top bit. I don't know. Okay. This is funny. So people who have the powdered version, the Australian crew is saying, sprinkle the powder on ice cream, yes, or on cupcakes with icing. I will tell you that you can spice up, not literally spice. You can jazz up a cake mix cake or just a plain vanilla sponge cake recipe by sprinkling a packet of Jell-O powder into the mix. So mix the cake so that it's all ready to go, and then sprinkle it over so that you've got like a dusting all the way across the top layer in the bowl, the mixing bowl, right? But you need to be ready because everything else has to be ready, because you're just going to give it one big fold in to make a swirl and then put it in your pan. Or you can even do that step in the pan and swirl it with a toothpick if you want more control. And I actually made one of these for the county fair when I was like 10 with a cake mix, like a Betty Crocker cake mix and a packet of Jell-O. And I got quite a top ribbon for it. So, okay. Oh my goodness, Sophia, you're hilarious. Age 12, 13, Sophia and her classmates would eat Farley's rusks, which are like the baby biscuits, little, like, yeah, and jelly cubes. That was their school snack. Amazing. Wild. Okay, so any of these. So I could use the peachy grateful one here. And you're going to laugh because what got cut off at the beginning was the story that I'm going to tell and the hilarious title. So, ready for this? I can put all the grateful, thankful things here because the title is going to then make it less serious. So, all my friends who have had me make Thanksgiving dinner and the Hideous Avenger always laugh and say, so at Whole Foods, do the sweet potatoes have marshmallows on them? And of course, it's Whole Foods. It's supposed to be vaguely healthy, so it doesn't have marshmallows on it. It was clearly not a menu designed by a Kansan. But usually the sweet potatoes are still like in maple syrup or something. Like there's still been a variation on candied sweet potatoes. Except this year. Can we take a moment? Do you see this green? It's very bright green for Thanksgiving dinner. I mean, there is some green here, but this is a very bright green. Because, just a moment. Not only did the sweet potatoes not have marshmallow, they had kale. It was sweet potatoes with kale. So my title is going to be, I'm not thankful for kale. Because I don't actually have anything against kale. I just don't want it in my Thanksgiving dinner because it messes with my head. I didn't need like some sort of bonus healthy vegetable added into my plate of orange veg. I was slightly offended. What are you playing at, Whole Foods? You had a good thing going, and you had to go and add kale. So there we go. How very dare they? Indeed. The Americans are going to get like absolutely outraged now. So anybody who's been to Whole Foods this week in America, I need to know, does the sweet potato have kale? What the heck? Yeah, let us know. All right. Which other pieces do we want? Did I already pick up these? Yeah. Okay. Kelly's like, kale and marshmallows, polar opposites. Yeah, totally. We can have this picture of a pie. Sophia is not a fan of kale. What have we done there? Okay, so starting with larger embellishments first, we can do things like that because you can cover up a pretty big chunk of the pie and still tell that it's a pie. Sticker sheet I put here. And the chipboard. The chipboard's probably a little bit bigger. We can run, because we've got this text on the vertical, let's have some other text on the vertical as well. Oh, Kirsty's like, I can't imagine how to cook sweet potato with marshmallow. It sounds very weird. Well, it is odd when you think about it, but it does work. So it's not quite mashed. So candied sweet potato is more widespread, and then only certain pockets of America put marshmallow on top. But candied sweet potato basically means that you're going to peel and chop like the size of roast potatoes. So you've got like maybe you're quartering your sweet potatoes if they're a decent size. If they're huge, no. Oh my goodness, sorry, Laura, I won't say it anymore. Her bird's going mad thinking there's food. Okay. So sweet potatoes, if they're the giant ones, then you're cutting them into small wedges. Yeah, but anyway, you're going to take your sweet potatoes, peel them, and chop them. You can parboil them if you want. And basically, you're going to roast them, but it's a sweet roast. So you're going to put them into a mix of basically butter or a butter substitute, and then something sweet, brown sugar or maple syrup, depending on what part of the country you're from and what you like. And you roast them like that. You stick them in the oven so that they're bubbly. So like I use like a pie-sized dish, and I fill everything with sweet potato, and then I pour that sugar and fat mixture over the top. And then I put a lid on it and roast it for quite a while. Then when the sweet potato is all nice and soft, I don't mash it then. I just leave it as whole pieces. But then you cover the top in marshmallow and stick it under the grill to roast the marshmallows on top. And you serve it. So it's nice in a big meal kind of way, because you can do the sweet potato part and set it aside or keep it in a warmer or whatever. And then right before you serve, you do the marshmallows, stick it under, and take it to the table so that the marshmallows are like they've just come off a campfire. Yeah. If you've never done sweet potato and brown sugar, you'll be like, what? But give it a whirl. Unless you do not have any sort of sweet tooth at all, it is a delicious combination. But it does make like a savory food into a dessert, but you're going to serve it with the main meal instead of dessert. I mean, there is sweet potato pie too, which is not really all that different in ingredients. And that one is a dessert. So it's all in how you name it, where you put it on the table. Okay, let's have these pumpkins because we haven't used them. I love that you're all like, no marshmallows. But my neck of the woods, I'm telling you, the marshmallows are a thing. Okay, this one needs to be visible, or it just is, because it's not orange, you can't tell that it's a pumpkin. Might work there. Do I add in the squirrel monk? Why not? Rita made the sweet potatoes with marshmallows. It was her favorite. Yappy really loves the marshmallow. You need it. Yes. Yeah, if you like honey roast parsnips, you'll love candied sweet potatoes. Definitely. Okay, and then I could take the same pumpkin motif in this form and put it like here, which is, you know, annoying because it's a sticker and now I don't want it to be that sticky. So we're going to do this. I'll just put more adhesive on it when I want to stick it to the background. Okay. I got a slice of pie here. Only slightly worrying that it looks like it's acorn pie. Maybe that's what the squirrel is going for. There we go. The squirrel monk is after that. Oh, and I can use some of these this time maybe. Let's see. We can have the... Oh, that says give thanks. Can I put give thanks in more than once? I'm giving so much thanks for the K-A-L-E. Oh, Melinda is doing Christmas solo so she can pick what she wants. Yeah, give it a whirl. It's so lovely in a weird kind of way. If you come from the part of the world where everything is sweet, I mean, we just talked about a lady who makes salad out of Snickers bars. Come on. American Midwest, we like a sweet side dish. We just do. Although I grew up in the Midwest, and the first time I had a salad in Utah, I was like, what? Because it was green. It had green leaves and everything. But it had nuts, and instead of the nuts just being normal, like ordinary nuts, they were candied nuts. I think, was it candied pecans or candied walnuts or something? It was so good, and blueberries. So you had like spinach with sweet things. I was like, where has this been in my Midwestern life? Because this is like a green vegetable, as well as all of the sweet things. One there. Oh, I ate outside first. I've always eaten inside at the Whole Foods buffet, but it was packed and no one was being very social this year. So I went outside. So we can have this one that says Autumn Air. Now, let's have a look at it on some backgrounds. So I promised I'll show it to you on white because I think a lot of you will like it on white. Or cream, we could do both. I have a giant pack of white cardstock here and it keeps getting like covered up. How does that happen? There it is. Okay. So on cream, it looks like that, which is kind of cute. on bright white. It looks like that, which I think a lot of you will like, but I like the cream better. Then we have our full pages that are left. So we could put it on. Okay. This pattern. It's quite busy, but the color is actually quite cute because these colors actually show up. That green shows up. Very busy, but nice. I haven't been to Benjamin Button yet, but I would like to get over and see it before it closes. Yes, I have heard only good things. I have heard subject matter probably a little too heavy for me to take WB, but that it is indeed a nice success of British musical writing. That actually is quite nice as well. Whoop, whoop, whoop. And then we get into these. The peach is going to look really nice, but it is a clone of that color. The green isn't going to match because the two greens are different here. Gray is all right. Oh, stick things together a bit again. Blue is going to be too bright. Okay. So let's put all those over there. So we've got grayish. We had this floral. This one, which I really like, but I think this is not the layout for it, so I'm going to put that aside. White, but I'm going to prefer the cream. So these are my three final options. So we can have a look, and we can put up a poll. So there's plain cream. You know what I could do? Just a little frame of that. What do you think? Cream with the peachy, the autumn peach frame. Pink. Kind of changes the mood a little bit, the pink, but I do like it. And the grayish. Cream with the grayish would look like that. I think I like the frame in the peach better than the gray. Here. Let's give it a look. Really like cream with the peach frame. Yeah, I do too. All right. So that means we're going to keep this one at 12 by 12, so I'm just taking branding strip off the Falling Leaves paper. If you're looking for just that one individually, that color is called Oak. It's strangely not called Autumnal Peach, but you know, I'll let them off the hook. Then we're going to take that to there. And we're going to add a little ink to the edge of this cream so that we get a nice defined edge. A friend at home from my hometown, well, nearish my hometown, the next hometown over, who doesn't scrapbook but needed to do a crafty project involving paper layering. And so she found a way to ink her edges, because all these years I've been talking about inking edges. She sent me a picture, delightful tabletop decoupage. I was like, amazing, well done. But I love that you picked up on the inked edges, because I love an inked edge. Love it. Right, so we put this on here. Now, that is going to go like this. It's going to fit roughly there. So I'm just going to have a little inky look at leaves. Now this is the leaf that I used last month in that more detailed inky page. I'm not doing detailed ink here. I'm just going to have a little idea of where that's going. And then use my same worn out brown ink. Really lightly. Nothing intense. It's just going to give some texture where the paper layers end. Like that. And then I'm going to put a little bit up here. And this is another thing that can help with that original conundrum we started with of how do you take a collection pack and make it not look like all you have is a collection pack. Adding some layers to the background, even if it's the stencil that comes from that kit, it tends to be, oh, that was a bit harsher than I wanted. You know, the answer if you get a harsh line is to just add more so that it softens up. So, yeah, even if you have the stencil that comes with the kit, they tend to be different motifs than will be in the exact stickers and die cuts and stuff like that, because it's a different style of illustration. You have to have just silhouette things here, which is not what you're going to have in the sticker pack. Oh yes, Kirsty and anybody else who needs to, go get the ELF. If you have not found your ELF, this is your last couple of days to find it or buy a new one. Right. So we have that. So maybe a bit more here. I just guessed that a bit wrong. It is too far over that way. Now this is all quite wobbly, so let's get it not wobbly. So when you've got all these strips like this, and if you've done it like I have, they're only going to be pieced to each other by a little bit of adhesive. So the trick is to make sure that you then get them each stuck to the actual background, and then it won't be wobbly anymore. If you keep a Christmas journal, you might have left yourself a note at the end about where your elves go in the summertime, in the off season. You might have left yourself a note. Good morning, Sherry. Sherry's in this time zone. She came to see the crazy musical about trains and lived to tell the tale. All right, we got dots. We got places for titles. Oh, Melinda found some Shimelle pens. Must be from a collection a few years back. Yeah, a lot of years back. Just started using them and they work great, but I thought there was a gray pen. I only have black, pink, teal, and purple. Ah, the gray pen would not work now. The gray pen was from my very first collection. Have you got brush pens? If you've got teal and purple, I'm thinking you do. So the brush pens were in Head in the Clouds, and they looked like this. And they still work, because brush pens are super juicy. The thing with these is, as you might be able to tell, the tips will be softer and will wear out before you run out of ink. Yeah. But I hope you enjoy your Shimelle pens. Yeah, they've got a fine tip on the other end. Yeah, so those were with Head in the Clouds. Not quite as old as the gray precision pen. Yeah. All right, let's give this just a little straighten up there. Title. Now. T-H-A, no N's, but what does the U look like? It had a tail, but hold on, I've also got the option of G-R-A-T-E-F-U-L. Okay, so we're going to do grateful. Across here. Oh, yeah, I think they'll work in your planner for a full year. Definitely. Enjoy, enjoy. This is where I'm going to get annoyed that I've started this on chipboard and then it's going to go to the flat page. So you might see me change this a little bit, but we'll see what happens. And then oh, it's a very different kind of pink here now that we've gone with the peach influence. Yes, Beatrix, that is right. So for December, we have one page kit. And if you don't like the one that I picked, you can pick a different December Christmassy page kit. So I've gone with the Echo Park Nutcracker Christmas collection. But you can pick something else if that's not your vibe, or if you have something else, go for it. And then instead of adding extra bits from the store, we're adding Christmas stash because a lot of us have a lot of Christmas stash. So what you're adding is not going to be planned out in advance. Do you keep all your Christmas stash in one big box or basket or something like that? If so, we're going to pull from all of that. the idea is that we want to pull out as much and use as much adding in as possible. So there's going to be all sorts of old Christmas stash because I've kept my Christmas favorites for absolutely years. And we're going to go with that. Okie dokie. So if you want to be organized and like have it all in one place, then yeah, maybe take all your Christmas stash that you want to use up and put it in one basket. I'm not loving this pink. I think it kind of breaks the color scheme. All right. Okay, Beatrix has plenty of Christmas stash. Yeah, let's use it. Let's try a different pink. I can't do the knot because I could do an upside down U as the N, but I don't like it because it doesn't have a tail. And I know the M doesn't have a serif, but the N did. So, okay, but can I do kale? I'm sorry, K-A-L-E. Sorry, bird. C, K-A-L. No, I'm done with E's in this. Okay. So we need another alpha, but I had a lot of orange alphas out for Halloween scrapping this week. So I can pull those out here and see what we've got. I'm going to put an exclamation mark. Oh, there isn't one. What? I mean, obviously. Oh, no, that's here. It's just not in the end. Okay. my faux shock. Okay, so in my sketch, where I put journaling top and bottom, yes, I'm going to need both spots. Okay. Not sure about you. All right. I'm wondering, is this big and bold enough to be read over the patterns? I think it is. My hunch is that it is. So I could just have grateful in the different lettering and put the rest of the title in this. Oh, what was that, Shimelle? There we go. All right, hey, have I mentioned Christmas classes start on Sunday? And I've pinned the sign up link to the top of the live chat, and it's in the description box if you're not watching on live chat. Just saying, join now. Start with us, you join once, and then you can join in as many years as you want, even if you sometimes just want to use the prompts as a mental keeping your Christmas magic. Lots of people do that, and it's totally cool. There's no pressure. There are no deadlines. You do not have to make an entry every day. You can if you want, but it is not the deal. You can do what you would like, and as it suits. You tell the stories that you want to tell from not just this Christmas, but other Christmases. Somebody might have lots of wonderful stories they want to tell. Somebody might have zero good Christmas memories and not want to do that. We got room for you. We got room for you. I don't like this title. So let's see if I can move the knot up above the grateful and like it better there. I think I'll like it better here. Yep. Should 4K come down here? It really should. Dang it! I know, you love watching me move letter stickers around. Okay. So put this one here, like it's even with the knot. So the 4 will go here. I think better. Okay. We're here for the reality of scrapbooking. So some journaling up here, some journaling down here. Now I think the chipmunk comes back in, the squirrel monk comes back in here. Running to the pie, away from the kale. All right. I know, it's not a glamorous Thanksgiving dinner, but in true Thanksgiving style, I picked up too much. I kept the cornbread and had it for breakfast this morning so that I could have Thanksgiving leftovers. So I had my mini cornbread for breakfast this morning. Pumpkin pie. I will say, Whole Foods had a free from everything pumpkin pie. It was like 6 pounds in the size of an Oreo, and it didn't really look like it was going to taste good. So I bought the normal one. The Whole Foods pumpkin pie, it's not as good as I make at home, let's be honest. And it's the only thing that weirds me out about it every year is that it's really not very thin. And I always wonder, I mean, it's not very thick. It's very thin, not thick. And I always wonder if the people who bake it for that bakery have gone and done like an American Thanksgiving. Because I feel like there is, Canadians, is it the same depth? When I made one, I've made one pumpkin pie in Canada, and they all laughed and were like, yes, this is exactly how we make it. But that was like an anecdotal 3 people. I always feel like there's an expected depth to pumpkin pie that's like an inch to slightly over an inch. Not like less than half an inch. But there we go. Right, I found the dots that I had misplaced, so we are going to go to town with dots. Let's see which colors from this are going to work. So we're going to have dots up here. And then maybe heading this direction. And I do kind of want them in following this little path here, which this needs to be small yellow, middle teal. Okay, so I've got those little groupings there. I had that tag that I was going to see if it would fit over here to the side. cut it narrower. Oh, okay, actually, yeah, I do like that. Bring it down just a little bit. We're tucking it under enough that you can't see the asymmetry up here where I've cut the left side. So we'll put that there. Yes, Gemma, I do think it's more a deep, it's more a tart, not a proper deep pie. Oh yeah, the free from pumpkin pie I make at home because it's always dairy free, and then if I'm not doing gluten, I make gluten-free pie crust as well. Yeah, it's definitely I enjoy my own better, but sometimes you want just one piece of pie and you don't want to bake. So, winner, winner. Okay. I'm not loving this open space here, and I was kind of feeling like the pumpkins would kind of create some sort of movement across here, but then it stops. So I wonder if I'd like this pumpkin somewhere else instead. Yes, I would. And dun, 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 dun. Journaling, journaling. The one square block is killing me. Okay. What could we use to soften that up? A scarf? It's too random, you can't really tell what it is. What could I put in there? No. I'm so close. Is it just that I change that? No, I don't like that locked there. I like it here. Okay. So we leave that there. I think we just add in more dots. But that's all of the green. But I have green here. What is happening with my dots lately? They want to separate. Lost its backing. We gotta give it some glue. Okay. And then yellow here. Okay, let's put some gold on it. I think we're good. And then the rest of the day, I'm filming Christmas content. Go change the color of my nails before I do that. Let's go to the spots where I was like, a bit square. The stenciling is super subtle now. There's just a little bit there, a little bit there, a little bit there, but it just gives a bit of depth in that change from a pattern background to a solid. Now, another thing that goes really nicely in stacks like this is thread. So let me grab a bit of thread, see what we can do. Thread, loop, find a spot, add glue, stick thread, next piece, loop, find spot, add glue. So why am I going here? Because I want it to feel less square here. Now when I put it down, it's going to look like that, but then the trick is to then pull and not have it be quite so orderly. But you can have it very orderly if you want. Kirsty feels like she's missing a whole box of what? Christmas stash or Christmas decorations, ornaments. So we've got 3. Let's bring the other one underneath here. There we go. Right, so a little zoom in. Top half looking like this. Bottom half looking like that. And there we go. She's lost a box of Christmas decorations. She needs to decide if she's just going to go shopping or if she's going to do more searching. All right. Thank you so much for joining me this November. So what happens now? If you want to see how I fill in the gaps with all the other stories that have happened in November, then that's what I will do in this year's story. And this year's story, you can join in a couple of different ways. To join, you need to take the starter class where you have the all of the background information plus the first month of content. And then after that, you can either do the whole year, you can have the whole of 2024, or you can add just a month at a time. So if you wanted to just see November, you could just add November. If you wanted just Halloween stuff, you could add October, and so forth. Okay? So next week, Monday, normal time, 1:30 p.m. on Monday, we're going to cut into the December kit, which is going to have us with one purchase that's new, the Nutcracker Christmas, and then we're going to add embellishments that we own, and that's the challenge for December. But also on Sunday, join your Christmas, share your Christmas. See you in class. Last little reminder, if you have not logged into the forum and checked that you still know your username and password and stuff like that, please do so now. And then if you realize that you don't remember how to log in, don't waste any time with the forgotten password button. Email alice.shimelle.com@gmail.com. And Alice will get you a password so that you are ready to go. She is ready and waiting for you right now because this is our busiest time of year for resetting passwords. So don't wait until Sunday. Go check shimelle.com/forum that you can log in. If you don't remember your password, email alice.shimelle.com@gmail.com. Fabulous. Thank you so very much. If you enjoy this video, why don't you give it a thumbs up so that you can see more scrapbooky videos and crafty things and try and get your algorithm doing what you want it. Even though Sherry told me last night that she uses the thumbs up button and it's not sorting her algorithm out. So have a look at what tags I'm using and stuff this week and see if we can get YouTube to understand what you want just a little bit more in the behind the scenes stuff. But yes, if you enjoyed it, you want to give it a thumbs up, that'd be awesome. I'll see you very soon, maybe Sunday or Monday. Have a great one. Bye.